it's Laura. Welcome back to my channel. RIIZE is back with Fame. When I think of Fame, I'm like, Fame, I wanna live forever. No, but I'm really excited to hear RIIZE's version of Fame. Let's go ahead and get started. Ooh, intense already. That electric guitar though at the beginning.
They don't really love me. They don't really love
me. Ooh.
They don't really love me. They don't really love me.
Ooh.
Do I look like I'm good? I'm not smoking about it. 날 끌어안지 나 이런 내 모습 보일까봐. 꿈은 don't lie. 나는 말 거짓말. 나를 위해
Ooh, what just came on in the background?
All this fake fame, maybe I don't need it. 끌어안아 한 조각의 feeling. 어저께 꽂힌 사랑을 원하는 걸. Won't stop on the way. 널 위해 날 보는 지금 너로
Ooh, what was that dance move? That was cool. Ooh. Ooh, the booms. Ooh, the harmony there. Ooh. Oh, okay. Okay, dance break. No. Oh, so interesting. Okay, this was sick. The distortion in both the instruments and the voices was so nice. I just thought it was a really, really interesting to listen to. I wrote a couple of notes because I'm like, I'm gonna forget it otherwise, because there were so much cool things happening. First, RIIZE never fails in the choreography. The footwork, are you kidding me? Like that one leg move, I was like, what? There were just so many like really cool moments, especially in their footwork, and I loved the dance break at the end. I thought that was going to be actually the bridge and they were going to go to a final chorus, but no, that was like the tag. So like the form didn't even follow a traditional form. It was just like after the second chorus they were like, let's do a dance break and be done. And I was like, no, I want more. This was so interesting the way they put it together. Obviously, I think that this is like looking at the true version of yourself. I loved all of the mirroring aspects whether it be in the dance, whether it be the, like, between the glass, that kind of thing, mirroring each other was really, really smart. And I love how they did it with a little distortion on it. They did it, the distortion with both imaging and with sound, and it created this kind of like eerie feeling and like uneasiness. But for me, it feels like it's the fame of, you know, RIIZE gaining a lot of fame and then feeling like losing their true selves when that's what they really want, that they really want to show that love. Of course, being famous has its perks, right? There's good parts about it, but you also give up a lot of things, like your privacy, a lot of things that you have to give up, right? And so sometimes it's difficult to, like, you want to show your, you know, you want to do your best and you want to show your true self, but you have an image to uphold and things like that. And so I think that's kind of like what the inner turmoil is here. And I love how with the distortion, especially in the imagery, it shows that electric guitar at the beginning was so smart, because then the electric sound went through the entire, excuse me, I have a frog in my throat. Then it went throughout the entire song, and I really thought that was really nice. And I loved at the beginning the passing of the mic in that first verse. I thought that was really clever. And I also think that they did a good job at varying their tone level, so it made it more interesting, because it at the beginning was mostly the rap until we got into the pre-chorus. So I thought that was really, really, really smart. I think that I Need You high note was probably my favorite thing. It was so good. It was so clear. And I wasn't expecting it at that point, because normally I'm waiting for the bridge for the high note, right? Not that you can't do ad-libs here and there that have those high notes in it, but that's not usually where we hear that. And the second verse was so cool because it had so many harmonic parts in it, so many times where they were like adding some ad-libs and things like that, that I wasn't expecting that high note, and I really loved that. And then they did the chorus, and then they did the dance break, and it ended, and I was like, no, I need more. But definitely that was probably my favorite part of the whole thing. I'm really in love with this song. I think it's really different from other title tracks that I've heard from them. You guys will have to tell me. I'm not familiar with RIIZE's B tracks except for a couple that they've had released like MVs with. So if this is anything like something else in their discography, I'd love to learn more about it. I think RIIZE is doing such a good job at like diversifying themselves slowly, so they still have like the iconic RIIZE sound. And definitely I think I've always found their choreography so incredible, so I think they're definitely keeping on trend for that. So I'm really curious what your guys' favorite part of this. How did you view or your interpretation of the MV, because or the song? Because I think you could interpret it a couple of different ways. Like, you can interpret it the way I said it, or you could like see it from a different aspect. I'm really curious. Maybe it's more like a dystopian kind of feeling as well. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.